Hey, everybody. I am live. I didn't think I was going to make it today, tell you the truth. I wasn't planning on it. And then I thought, you know what? I'll do a short one because it's cloudy again. Wow. Something's wrong with my eye. It looks a little funny. Hey, good morning, Daryl. I'm going to mention you in a little bit. So stick around. And I want to just remind people to read your... Do you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? I literally just got up at 7:30. I wish this thing wasn't in the background. I really don't like that very much, but what's a girl to do? Let's see. Do that. It's not great. Come closer. There we go. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Hey, all two of you. It's Jack's birthday. Daryl, wish Jack a happy birthday. Jack, can I ask you your age? You can't ask me mine, but I can ask you yours because you're still a teenager, right? Good morning, Cheryl. Wish Jack a happy birthday. Jack, how old are you today? Good morning, Beth. Wonderful. Jack is 17 today, everybody. Jack is a huge fan of mine, and he watches the weather closely in Maryland, where they live. And they had another very close call this week. He sent me pictures of tornado damage in his neighborhood. A little too close to call for my taste. Good morning, Brittany. Oh, fantastic. Hello, Brittany family. Welcome to my live stream, which almost wasn't. And Brittany, we are celebrating Jack, Jack, how long have you been watching my channel? I don't remember, but Jack and I have been communicating for a while. He's 17 today. Everyone wish Jack a happy birthday. He's in Maryland and he's an avid weather watcher. And I don't know if you have aspirations, Jack, to become a climatologist or something, or what are you thinking about doing with your interest? Let's see. 2 years. Fantastic. This eye looks funny, I think. Oh, wow. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see that. Maybe it was because I just got up 30 minutes ago. I'm going to have a hit of my... I'm going to have a drink of my green juice. Oh, he already works for the National Weather Service. What do you do, Jack? You provide footage, or what do you do for the National Weather Service? And is this a part-time job? You're obviously in high school, so I'm sure people would be interested in knowing that. You're very that's very let's see, what's the word? Ambitious. Sorry, a little foggy today. Good morning, Guy. Good morning, Gali Tuval. Hope I said that right. Guy, I don't recognize your name. Where are you writing from? Is this your first live stream of mine? Let me know. And do you have a garden? And is Gali Tuval watching? And does she have a garden? And where are you writing from? Good morning, William, in Phoenix, Mesa, Arizona. Let's see. Good morning, Nancy, from San Diego. And Brittany, where are you writing from? And let's see. A lot of birthday wishes. Let's see. No kidding, Guy, because I don't... Does she write me under a different name? Sifo. I know I'm not saying that right. Where are you writing from? And do you have a garden? Israel, fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm assuming you're Jewish, and or at least your friend is. Uh, and I went to a while people are coming on, I'll just tell you, I went to a Jewish wedding last weekend and it was just lovely. It was on, they said, the largest um, Jewish property outside of Israel. And that's at the, up in the, oh, I hope I'm going to say this right. Let's see. Um, Brandeis University. Brandeis University. They have a lovely celebration hall slash library up there at the very top of a mountain, and it had been pouring rain, and it was freezing. I was frozen, and I had two wool wraps around me, shawls wrapped around me, and I was just sitting there hoping not 1 inch of my body would be exposed to the cold. And here she comes, sleeveless, bridal gown, and I don't know how they did it, but somehow the skies opened up right before she walked out. The walkways were still wet, and it was sunset over this mountain. It was just breathtaking. Anyway, good morning, Portia. Sweet peas. Spencer Ripple is you always have something that you're planting that I've never even heard of, and that's awesome. Good morning, Dennis. The juice is good. This one is good. It's not as bitter as in past. Oh, I Oklahoma. Yes, tornadoes are the norm in Oklahoma, Brittany, and one reason for that, of course, as we all know, is because of so much fracking in Brittany in Oklahoma. Oh, no, that's earthquakes. I'm sorry. Tornadoes are not related to that. It's earthquakes you have so many of. You have as many earthquakes you have more earthquakes in Oklahoma than we do in California now. Good morning, Gabe. Um, and Sifo is from South Africa. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Not everyone can have this. Not everyone can have even a balcony garden. But someday you will, because the seed has been planted in you, and you are um, plants interest you, and you care about the earth. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on my live stream. Um, good morning, Denise, friend of Daryl's. Uh, Brittany, look at your comment. That's so funny. She didn't mean to write this. This is autocorrect, but she said, "Kaye, never give up." I know, I love how you, Kaye, never give up. If you don't first succeed, try aging. I've tried aging, and I don't love it. That's funny. I do try again. I do try again. And I have a jungle. I'm staring at a jungle, but you saw it last week. So I'm coming this way, and I'm just announcing June is here, and we've already been having June gloom for months. And we had it. Yeah, Eric was here yesterday, but I had a photo job, little celebrity name dropping, which I don't get to do very often. But I photographed a birthday party of Ed O'Neill's daughter, and Ed is an actor who has spent the last 10 years on Modern Family, if you've watched that show. And he's a very, very nice man. And so is his wife. And his daughter had, so I'm up and down the stairs chasing these 13-year-olds all over the place yesterday. And my eyes are tired looking through the lens. Let's see. Oh, my good Czech Republic. Oh my gosh. Is this where did it just go? In Toronto. Uh, let's see, Guy. There is something that you can do for that. Hey, everybody, what do you do for cats that like to poop in your container pots in your house? There's something that they don't like. Is it orange oil? I think it might be orange oil. Um, yes, so do I, Brittany. So do I. Let's see. Okay, see you, Portia. Good morning, Deadly Wound. Um, Jiri is writing from the Czech Republic. And, I have a very good friend and neighbor who's retired now, and she's back in Prague, and she'll be there until December. But I have been to I've been all over the Czech Republic. She dragged me all over that country, and I got there with the worst cold. It was such a shame because every time we stopped at a different castle, I would be ordering hot tea and she would be having wine. No, I would be ordering chicken soup and she would be ordering wine. Let's see, window box. Yes, if you can have a window box. Good morning, Gabe. Um, Sifo. Is it Sifo with a short I or Sifo? Let me know. Short I or long I. Um, if you could do a window box, it would enhance your life so much. I don't know if that's possible. Or even something out on your front step. Ask your landlord if you can put something somewhere, some basil or some herb or something, something edible. Let's see. Uh, Guy, there are so many tips for a balcony garden. The biggest tip is to figuring out where your sun goes over, how your sun goes over, and at what hours of the day. And if there are a lot of hours, then you can grow things like tomatoes and peppers. Um, but you first have to decide how much sun you have, how much water you're willing to haul, how easy it is to get water out on your balcony. I have a balcony, and I grew a bunch of peppers out there one year, but I just found that hauling water out to the balcony for, I think I had about 30 pepper plants out there, 30 pots of peppers. It was it was just too much work and mess walking through the bedroom, the carpet, trying not to spill water on the carpet. No, I just abandoned the idea, even though there's kind of a sun opportunity out there. You have to first figure out your sun and your watering, and then how many hours of sun you have, and then you start deciding, can I grow annuals? Can I grow perennials? What can I grow? If you can grow a fruit tree, fantastic. Just depends on your environment. And Guy, also go to my website, latebloomershow.com, and download my free ebook. It's 18 pages and it's 10 steps to a great first garden. So even though that's here, you might find some of that useful. Let's see. Um, That's right. Yeah, Guy, read what Daryl just said, and it's so true. I have a sprout thing in my kitchen. I haven't used it since last year. I just forget about it. And I could be eating fresh sprouts every single day in a salad, and I just forget to do it. Okay, Cheryl, let's see. Oh, that's right, Brittany. Who else asked about the pots? Mothball. Yeah, but William, but mothballs stink, and you don't want to be smelling that, 24/7 in your apartment. But it's a good idea outside. What you can do, I just remembered, this is a totally non-toxic, nothing. It's simple. You just you can use chopsticks or anything that's about that long, and you just put a bunch of them in like 5 in each pot or something, and space them like 2-3 inches apart, and make sure they stick up about that much. And the cats are not gonna they got to be firmly stuck in the dirt so they can't push them aside, but then they're not going to crawl in your pots and poop in them. Well, Jack, a nectarine. I don't know. It seems to me that you're a nectarine ought to be that's a stone fruit. You ought to be able to grow a stone fruit in Maryland. Daryl, what do you think? Um, Jack's wondering why his nectarine tree hasn't grown. Okay, thanks, Guy. Um, this is Pam, everyone from U.S. Bronxy. She is in Hemet, California, very temporarily. I think this is the last weekend. She's just finished a year-long teaching gig, and she's headed back east. And we were hoping that she could visit my garden before she gets on a plane on the 7th, I think, to go back to, is it Texas? I forget. I don't know if we can work that out. Well, I would definitely consult with your neighbor. Daryl, I think Jack, are you just, well, I don't know how much space you have, Jack, so you'll have to tell Daryl. Dennis, you're picking up more. Oh, Dennis still has a tree of mine that I haven't picked up. Good morning, William. Citrus needs a lot of sun. Yeah, we were talking about nectarine, unless somebody else mentioned a citrus. Brittany, are you referring to the sticks? I don't know. I think squirrels would get in there anyway. Um, South Carolina. Okay. Yeah, I mean, visually it's not great to look at, but it sure is easier than trying to remember to put some sort of substance in your pots. 60 gallons of soil. Oh, that's your whole garden. Okay. All right. So I think I'm caught up on Youngbird. Who are you referring to, Youngbird? And are you just tuning in for the first time? I don't recognize your name. If you have a garden and where do you live, please let us know. We're talking about gardening. I wanted to mention that Daryl had said something important, and I don't know how many people go back and read the comments under live streams. I doubt if anyone does, but Daryl said something important, and now Portia's gone, actually. Good morning, Small Garden Escape. About organic coffee grounds. And Daryl had left a comment after the last live stream because a lot of people were talking about using coffee grounds in their garden. And if you really want to focus on organic gardening, Daryl was pointing out that coffee, which Americans and all over the world consume so much of, is made in a very toxic way. So, Daryl, can you just do a little short blurb there about what you were talking about in that comment so people can catch up? Let's see. HC. Oh, HC is writing from, I remember your face, and you're writing from, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Let's see. Remind me where you're writing from, HC, because I know you're in a tropical place. Thank you, Calvin. I've never heard I've never seen Calvin spelled that way before. So I want to give you a shout out, Calvin and Abby, and thanks so much for watching my channel. And I'm glad I've been inspirational or helpful. Hello, Mernita. Where are you writing from? HC, that's okay. Paula. Paula is writing from, oh my gosh, 2 people from Trinidad and Tobago. That's right. When you wrote me before, you said you were writing from the Caribbean, but I did not realize you're writing from Trinidad and Tobago. I have a regular viewer, Jamel, who is writing from Trinidad and Tobago. So he'll probably tune in. And here's Toomey, everyone. If you saw my last video, Toomey and her husband Steve visited me last Saturday. And that is my latest video, which was uploaded yesterday. So be sure and watch that. And you can see they have a big backyard in Dallas, Texas. So they can pick and choose where to put uh, uh, raised beds. Unlike me, everything is packed together, crammed together, really. Uh, ah, Trinidad and Tobago is the land of carnival and steel pans. I did not know that. Thank you, Ham R. Where are you writing from? And thank you, William. Let's see, Calvin. Oh, I really appreciate that, Calvin. Norman, I just discovered yesterday. That's fantastic. For your reason alone, for you connecting with me alone, I'm glad I did this live stream. I wasn't going to do one, and I changed my mind at the last moment. Uh, I'm from Instagram. That sounds so funny. For a moment there, I thought, "Oh, can you be from Instagram?" Um, but yes, I know what you mean. M. Bennett. Here, Mr. Tom is in the house from Deep South Bama, Alabama. Good morning, Mr. Tom. Uh, yes, yes. I am so glad I was able to inspire someone to grow corn who did an actual better job of growing it than I can. But India, that's wonderful. I just yesterday, someone wrote me. No, wait, who wrote me yesterday? People write me all the time. Someone wrote me on um, Late Bloomer Show message, and she sent me several photos. And she lives here, but she's Indian, but she lives here in my area, and and she's back in India right now at her mother's place. And she sent me all these pictures, and her mother grows all these mangoes, and oh, ah, these pictures were really beautiful. And she lives in Bangalore, India, and I actually, I used to think, oh, India, it's everyone says it's so amazing to visit India, and but I saw those fabulous movies made in India, and I thought, well, that would be nice, but it's really far away. It'd be very expensive. I'm older. Am I really ever gonna? Nah, probably never go to India. But then when she sent me those pictures yesterday, I thought, you know what? I'm not too old to go to India. Maybe I'll go to India. I would love to see it. Oh, red bugs on lily plants. I don't know anything about lilies really, and I don't know what red bugs they are. There are lots of different kinds of red bugs. So if you post a photo on Late Bloomers, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you post a close-up, sharp photo of this bug um, at Late Bloomer Show to me, tag me, then I'll try to look it up. Also, if you have a smartphone, and I'm assuming you probably do, you can download an app called Plant Finder or Plant Snap, I think. One of them is free and one of them is not free. And you can literally take a picture and there's a little round thing. After you download it, you'll see it says place your plant in this round thing, and you put it right in front of the plant and snap it, and it will identify it. It will give you three choices. It can't say definitively. Well, corn, it could say definitively, but I put it in front of my marjoram, and it identified it. So that's a great way. And you can't really figure out how to get rid of a pest until you know what the pest is, because ladybugs are red, and we don't want to get rid of them. So if it's the nymph of of the milkweed bug, for example, they're red and they can't fly. And you literally just can put a little pail of soapy water underneath the leaf and go like that and wipe them into the pail and they'll drown. So without any chemicals or anything. So it just depends on what the bug is. Let's see, HC. Hey, Lori. Lori is writing to us from Canada. What's the weather like in Canada today? Oh, Cheryl, that sounds, you're making me hungry. Uh, Thank you, Hem-R. The person that invites me to India is going to have to pay for my trip, though. Just saying. So, if anybody wants to start a GoFundMe so I can go to India. India is a very big country, by the way. I mean, I don't even know where you would start. I guess you would just say, okay, I'm just going to go to one state and just, hit a couple of places. If I went to India, the number one place I would want to go is to see, let me think, my brain's a little foggy today. Go to Vandana Shiva's Navdanya. I would want to go to Navdanya. And I'm thinking that might be somewhere close to Bangalore. I'm not sure. Where are you close to, Hem-R? And what is your name? Because Hem-R is hard to, okay. You would need to, Cheryl, you would need to call them and see if what they're selling is organic coffee, organically grown coffee. Well, I want to give a big shout out to Jack's mom and brother. I don't know your name. He didn't tell me, but I want to thank you for sharing your wonderful son with me. He's 17, and the fact that he watches my channel and we have a communication online is really special to me. I'm an empty nester now. I raised 2 sons. They're gone and doing their thing, and it gets lonely. So it's great. It's great hearing about all the ambitious things that young people are doing, like Jack, around the world. And I'm connected to a number of teenage boys, and it's interesting. Not so much that I know of teenage girls that are interested in gardening. Maybe they just haven't found me. My loofah video, which exploded online and now has close to 500,000 views, only because YouTube decided to share it. If they would share like 3 or 4 of my videos, I'd be in the realm of subscribers that I need to be in to actually be sustainable. But anyway, a lot of those were girls that wrote me, left comments on my loofah video. If you go to my loofah video, just scroll down. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. I can't even answer them all. Let's see, 54 degrees in Canada with Lori. Lori has 54 degrees Fahrenheit in Canada with wind and rain tomorrow. Yes. William, that sounds very good. Cheryl, there are much better movies to watch with India as their location and theme. The best, of course, are the British ladies, Judi Dench and Maggie Smith and that whole group when they went to India as older ladies, and they did at least 2 or 3 of those. I forget the name, but you can just Google Judi Dench and you'll see it. It'll come right up. But those were fabulous, and you got a real taste of the country. Kathy here from Minnesota is checking in. Kathy, wish Jack a happy birthday. Jack Redden is our only, I don't know where Happy is today. Wow. Oh, that's a Jack. Jack identified that bird for me. Jack, do you remember the name of that bird? One just flew in front front of my laptop. Um, Jack is also an avid bird aficionado, and I sent him a couple of photos of a bird that I spotted building that nest. I mentioned that in one live stream. By the way, I think after I did that live stream, those birds abandoned that nest. I never saw them go back in there. So obviously, Daryl, watch Gandhi. The movie Gandhi is amazing. Um, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys. They match my shirt, and that's a coincidence. I did not plan that. These are my little bags that I put around about 15 of my emerging apples. This there was actually one before this that fell off the tree, and I've never grown apples, so I don't know if they're just supposed to fall off. But at any rate, I find it interesting. This was inside the bag the whole time, just took it out for the first time, and look at that. So somehow that has to be a bird was pecking on that. And if you Daryl took my advice and went to see the biggest little farm movie, which is what I recommended in one of my recent videos, and I still recommend that movie. And go see it while it's in the theaters, people, because movies like this are so important. And if they sort of just come out and they fizzle after a week, theaters won't book them. That's what theaters do these days. When I was growing up, a wonderful movie would go into a theater and it would be there for a couple of months. And now with these multiplexes and everything, if a movie doesn't deliver solid results the first weekend or two, that's it. So please go see The Biggest Little Farm Movie. But in that, they were growing peaches, and they had this. The cinematography is fantastic, and they had. And by the way, for those who didn't put it together, the husband in the movie, went to be a farmer, is the cinematographer. He is a National Geographic cinematographer, and the quality of a cinematographer in National Geographic movies. So if you go see this movie, you are going to be wowed by the cinematography. But they had pictures of the birds, close-ups of the birds coming in and pecking on the peach, just enough to ruin the peach and flying away. Didn't eat the whole thing, it would just be like a little thing. And I think that's what happened here. Except I think that they were frustrated because there is not a hole in this little net. So that has been sitting for 3 days. So I am not going to bite into that. But this one, I'm opening for the first time. The tree has never been sprayed with anything. This is a first-year apple, and it's very small. And I've never been aware of a Dorset Golden. I just assumed that when this apple would ripen, that the apples would be yellow and like twice that big at least. But since this is a flawless apple, there's no dust on it, nothing. I am going to take a bite of it. Mm. Okay, my review is that has a wonderful, crisp texture. It has, how it has a little bit of the tartness of a green apple, just a little. I mean, it's delicious. It's kind of a perfect apple. Now, I don't know, maybe that's an immature apple and maybe I shouldn't be eating it. I don't know. Anybody that grows apples can tell me. Junko. Oh, let me see what I missed here while I was eating. Okay. Oh, well, Kathy from Minnesota, I want to wish you a happy birthday because I won't be online on Tuesday. So everyone wish Kathy, who is a regular live stream viewer, her birthday is on Tuesday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, both of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack and Kathy. Happy birthday to you and many more. Okay. Morning from New Jersey, Brian. Oh, good. I'm glad you can get out in the garden. Well, thank you for spending a few minutes with me. And so Jack reports that that was a junco bird, and it's a little bird. It's about that long, and it's got a navy blue head and a white chest and a brown kind of stripy tail. And they just passed through. I don't know if I told you. I did tell you, Jack. I contacted, for those of you who have been watching me for a long time, I have this contact who is the head of the biological systems, the biological collections, sorry, at Cal State Northridge. So it's part of the UC, University of California system, Northridge is. And they own one of the largest biological specimen collections in the world. They bought Stanford's, for example. And he's in charge of the whole thing. And I went out to visit him at Northridge. And that is in, if you go back, and I would love it if you would go back and watch this video, my biodiversity video. He is in that. And then there's the junco again on the top of my trellis. The junco almost looks like a mini Batman because he looks hooded. All of this is down to like right here is navy, and then it goes white on the chest. Anyway, I went out to visit James. Let's see, what's his name? I know his name so well. Jim Hodges. James Hodges. I think that's right. And he verified. You were right, Jack. That is a junco bird. And thank you, Toomey. And I see you're going to watch the Biggest Little Farm movie today. That's fantastic. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see. Oh, Kathy, thank you. I'm glad you told me that. Kathy just reported that homegrown organic apples, and there is a hummingbird on my milkweed. She was saying homegrown organic apples tend to be smaller. So I can eat this whole thing. See, it's already starting to turn yellow. I mean, brown. Good morning, Eric. Let's see. That's interesting. Because when they were building their nest, they were just picking up stuff off the ground. But I am so used to seeing the California brown towhee, which is, I would say, a good 30% larger than the junco, and they're always on the ground. They're just scurrying around all the time. It's so hard to get a picture. I would love to photograph birds, but I mean, who's got that kind of time? Let's see. Peaches. Okay, Eric at Double Dog has just posted a photo of his, I suppose, your peaches in 2019, which are right now. I think everybody's doing their peaches right now. Yes, Beth, that's what Jim at Cal State Northridge said. They're just passing through. If you're asking me that, Paula from the Caribbean, from Trinidad and Tobago, I don't. You can grow banana trees here, but I don't have space. Uh, I've seen the space that it takes in Jack Davis's. By the way, I don't know how many people are following Jack, but if you follow me, you certainly know who Jack Davis is in Phoenix. And William, I don't know, are you following William? Are you following Jack at Epic Yard Farm on Instagram? At any rate, I can't wait to get back to Phoenix because she and her husband have bought a new house and are starting over. And they're selling the other house, which has all of those fruit trees and fig trees. And oh my gosh, I think they took a few things, but they're starting over there. And it's just amazing to think about. They're quite a bit younger than me. I got to say though, I passed this blank. I shouldn't say blank. I passed an empty lot in West LA. It was the day I went to see the Biggest Little Farm movie, and I was dropping my friend off who lives in an apartment over there, and I drove down Federal, which is Federal Avenue, and I passed this empty lot, which was probably about the same size as this lot, but there was nothing on it but just weeds and grass. And I thought, wow, what an opportunity. You rarely see an empty lot sitting. I mean, by the time a lot is empty, it's already been purchased and bulldozed, because there was something there. But for whatever reason, this has been sitting there empty long enough to get a lot of weeds. Well, CJ, I planted citronella, which I got a couple of plants from Felice, one of which is blooming. And I was sitting out the other night without any of my incense sticks, or what do you call those things, burning, and just to see if the citronella was going to do the trick. And I was probably sitting 3 feet from the citronella plant, and I think I got bit. So anyway, my essential oil of the day is Valor. This is my number one, hands down favorite. And when I'm needing a little extra courage or a little extra strength, mental clarity, if anybody is interested in talking to me about essential oils and joining my team, please leave me a comment. The seeds of the apple you are testing. Okie doke. Let's see. I'm going to have to take another bite to find out. Wow. Not one seed. Wow. Can you believe there's not a single seed in this apple? What does that mean? Never seen an apple without a seed in it before. But there is no seed. Look, it's just a little kind of gray stuff at the end. There's no seed. Okay, what does that mean, Eric? I have Mr. Tom. Maybe you didn't realize this, but My yard garden is registered with the National Wildlife Federation for providing habitat to wildlife. I do have a bird bath, and it is. I wish it was a circulating bird bath, but it's not. Because I just hate having more things running electricity. And there's no sun over there, so I can't have a solar. I saw that when I was in England. Was it? Where was I? I think it was in Stowe in the Cotswolds. I saw a little garden shop, and they had bird baths with circulating water with little solar panels. And I thought, oh, that's such a great idea. But my bird bath is under the olive tree, so there's no sun under there. Um, but I do keep a bird bath, and I try to wash it out frequently because it gets nasty. But mosquitoes will breed. I forget the exact amount of time, but I think they not breed. They lay eggs in the water, and they hatch and develop into mature mosquitoes just in a matter of like 3 or 4 days. So you really have to wash your bird bath out all the time. Um, but I don't feed them. I don't put out seeds and stuff because we have the wild parrots. And when I grew sunflowers, back when I had space in my parkway before the pineapple guavas took over, I used to grow sunflowers, and you'll see sunflowers in my first year videos. And um, we have a flock of wild parrots. Maybe you've heard this story before. The legend goes that there was a pet store in Santa Monica that burned decades in the 70s, I think. And a couple of these, or some of these, they're called Nande conure, I think. It's a Nande conure parakeet, which is smaller than a regular parrot, but bigger than a parakeet. So they're like about that tall. And I would come out, and there would be 12 of them on like 6 sunflowers. And the thing would be bending over, and they would be chomping away. So, and when I would walk out, they would move up to the tree and just sit and wait and watch me until I left, and then they'd be right back at it. So they destroyed them before they ever opened. I had to just give up growing sunflowers, which I love sunflowers. They make me happy. So I think I got behind on my comments. Portia is back. Let's see. Oh. Well, we can certainly find out, Lori. That looks kind of nasty in there. And no seeds. What does this mean, people? Did they sell me some faulty tree? I don't know enough about it. I just had a real hankering. And let's see, what do people say? The worst first. I got behind here. Thank you, Jack, for being on top of things. Let's see. I have plums, guys. I'm going to have a lot of plums, and I can't wait to share that with you. Oh, Hassan, it's your birthday too. You're our second birthday today. Jack, who is doing moderating, as well as Eric moderating. Jack has a birthday. He's 17 today. How old are you today, if you don't mind me asking? And remind me where you are, because I know you've told me before. Let's see. The leaves and the trunks make great compost, Paula, in Trinidad and Tobago. Are you talking about apple? And Hassan, I just sang happy birthday. I hope you were there, so I don't have to do it again. I don't mind doing it again, but I don't want to bore people. It's one of the young after spoke on my property. Let's see. That sounds awesome, Lori. There are some advantages to being to growing up in the cold is being able to grow all that stone fruit. Vicks are you talking about Vicks Vapo Rub? Sorry, I said that kind of a negative way. But what do you mean to repel what on what plant? And how do you smear it on? What do you mean? Um, Happy birthday, Hassan. Lori, I don't know. They didn't tell me if it was hybrid. So in other words, it's just going to produce and not produce seeds. Which I mean, I don't. If I was just going to stay here and keep working on that apple tree and eating the apples, I guess I wouldn't care if it had seeds or not because I'm not going to start another tree from an apple seed. And correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, but I think aren't apple seeds toxic to eat? I heard that a long time ago. Ah, I've never eaten a pawpaw, and when I saw them when I was in Kentucky with Angie. By the way, I still have not heard from Angie. Very concerned about Angie. Um, that's the problem when I go and visit people and I don't know anyone else. uh, that's fantastic, Martian. How many people do you have watching from the Netherlands? We have Canada, we have Netherlands, we have Trinidad and Tobago, and we have Israel, or did have Israel, and we have Hassan. Where are you writing from? Uh, oh wow, I'm trying to get caught up on the comments. Let's see. Oh, okay, Lori. Thank you. I already did that, Hassan, and we said happy birthday. And where are you writing from? Ah, Jamila, you need to connect with BC, HC, sorry, HC. Her name is Paula, and she's in Trinidad and Tobago. So you guys got to connect. Let's see. Santa Cruz. Yes, my son lived in Santa Cruz for a while. Ooh, apple seeds have cyanide? Really? That's interesting because Toomey was saying that Steve's dog, their dog eats their apples off their tree. So I guess how is your dog, Daryl? I forgot your dog's name. I fell in love with your dog. Let's see. What is Asa Wright today? Okay. I don't know what HVIC means. Hassan, you need to write a better message so that we know what you're talking about. Petey, I love Petey. Oh gosh. Hello to Switzerland. Danielle, you were on last week and I was telling you about Switzerland, right? Or at least someone I was telling about my wonderful week in Switzerland. Uh, Hassan, one of these days I'm going to figure out how to do the live stream better. It gets to be Sunday and I haven't done it and I forget about it all week. I hope by the time I do it again, I can improve on that. Oh, that sounds lovely. Debbie, Eric at Double Dog Farm and others are elaborating on that. Let's see. I'm glad you brought that up, Portia, because I didn't share any of my links at the top of this. But if anyone's ordering anything from Amazon and you're not already committed to some charity, please use my link and go through my link. And I'm going to give it to you right now. Copy. And where's my live stream? Let me go back here. Oh, thank you, Cody. I assume that Cody is Jack's brother. Thank you, Cody. How old are you, Jack's brother? If you don't mind my asking. Because I assume that you're older and you're working to make a super chat donation. Oh my gosh. Well, you must be using your allowance then, Cody, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hassan, did you tell us how old you are? Let's see. Okay, everybody, I know there was other stuff I wanted to talk about. So what's the definitive answer about my apples? If they're sterile, if it's a hybrid tree, if it doesn't have seeds, what does any of that mean? Does it matter? Are the apples still good to eat? I mean, at least we know if it's organic and it's homegrown. You know, they did not assure me that this tree was raised organically, so okay, well, okay, I'm going to eat the apples. A blight? What is a blight? Are you talking about this one? Because this one got pecked by a bird, and I think it affected the inside. You see, it opened up in the bottom, and that's why it got messed up. The other one tastes perfectly fine. In fact, it's good. I thought so, Hassan. I thought so, just from the way you're leaving comments. Well, Lori, unfortunately, time is something I don't have. I'm just debating on whether... I don't know, Debbie. I would have to, they're all in bags. So it's hard to see that till you take it out of the bag. And if it is, what does that mean? Hey, Kevin. Birds and pests will cause the fruit to fall off as to focus the energy to other fruit. Okay. Well, I was just debating on whether, I know my friend Pat in Mobile, she's moved a number of times. And every time she moves, she digs up whatever fruit trees she can and replants them. So I was debating on when I have to leave here, if I can dig up that apple tree. Eric, it's going to break my heart, but I'm probably going to have to leave that fig tree. That fig tree you sent me, that little fig tree you sent me, I would say it's at least 12 feet tall, and there's got to be at least 30 figs on it right now, at least. And it's so close to the brown turkey fig, it just looks like one big tree from here. But it's got a different shape. It's more of the stems go kind of straight up, which is nice because it's right on the edge of the property by the sidewalk. So if it had been shaped like this fig tree, which is, big arms going out like that, could never have it there. But anyway, as the year moves along this year, I'm going to see about trying to take some cuttings from both of these and try to start them. So maybe I can carry part of them with me. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Eric. So Kaye, did I say that right? We have someone from Cambodia on our live stream. That's fantastic. Let's see. You would think something is not right because of what, Debbie? Because they fell off, because they're not big enough, because they don't have seeds, because what? Okay. Lori, well, I've been talking about this for a couple of months, is that this may be my last season in this garden. So it's yet to be determined. I have no plan. Honestly, have no plan. But I think I'll probably have to move. Do you have any advice, Eric, about how to do a cutting? Because I've never done that and I want to do it right. I did take a cutting. I shouldn't say I've never done it. I did it once. I took a cutting before it had fruit on it, and I sent it to someone that lives outside of Vegas, and she couldn't get it going. And so I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't know if there's a proper way to do a cutting, but I need to know. Is that a channel, Jamila? Is that what you mean? Black gumbo is a channel? Okay. Yes, I thought so too, James. Oh, well, ask your father or father-in-law and see and get leave a comment underneath the live stream later, okay, Debbie? Thank you, Brittany. That really makes me feel good. I would love to. I don't know what you mean by rub out, but of course, you know me, Eric. I could not possibly have done that, especially since I planted the tree after I knew I might have to leave. I had to have apples this year. Oh, by the way, I want to show you. I was going to save this for my update, but maybe I'll have another one. Hold on a second. I want to show you this strawberry. Look at that. Is that perfection? Wow. That is perfection. I'm not even going to eat that yet. Normally, I don't mix fruit with a vegetable, and this is all vegetable, um, because I practice food combining to a point. Let's see. Well, Brittany, I don't know if you were on when I was saying that I passed an empty lot the other day, and my imagination went wild. There was a little perfectly um, preserved craftsman house, one-story craftsman house on one side, and on the other side of that was the back end of a nursery. And then there was the empty lot, and then I can't remember what was on the other side. The danger is, over in those areas, if it's multi-use over there, you want to be in a neighborhood that's not multi-use, because if you're in multi-use, you could have the perfect, charming little cottage with a beautiful garden, and then the property next to you could sell, and they could put up a 4-story, 50-unit building on the same size property that you're on. Maybe not 50 units, but 20. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, hmm. Yeah, I saw that, James, but I can't look at that right now. Oh, that's fantastic. I hope your mother will make you a strawberry cake, a fresh strawberry cake for your birthday. There is nothing better than a fresh strawberry cake. Love to host a visit, Kaye. Wow, my strawberries are just flowering. You would love to host a visit, Kaye. You mean you would love to host me in a visit to your place? Is that what you mean? You're in Alberta, right? My brother-in-law lived in Alberta for a number of years. He worked at the university there. No, Daryl, I won't. Sorry. Um, no, I couldn't make that adjustment to the climate. You know, everywhere I've ever lived, and I've lived in a number of places, everyone is reporting to me the climate has changed so much that I'm thinking, where would I go that I could even stand a radical difference in climate? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, good, Jack. I did that once. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had my son Walker so trained not to eat sugar that I decided on I think it was his 5th birthday, I made him the cake that my mother always made that I loved so much, which was yellow cake with chocolate icing, not frosting, icing. And and I think we had a little bowling party, and I made it in the shape of a I made the cake in the shape of a bowling pin and put a stripe on it. I can't remember exactly. It's a long time ago. Oops, forgot. Hope you could hear that. And he didn't even he didn't even eat it. He didn't even want it because it was too sweet. Uh Paula, I don't know. It seems like maybe Jamel has more knowledge on growing in fig in Trinidad than me, um, because my climate is very different from what you have, and so I mean, you have a tropical climate, so I would think it would be fine. Fig trees are so kind of reliable and indestructible. What do you think, Eric? What do you think about advice on growing figs in the Caribbean? I don't know. And Florida is subtropical. I wonder what subtropical means, because sub means under. So, it, but yeah, Florida would be similar to the Caribbean. Are you, Kevin? Are you growing figs in Florida? And do you have any advice for Paula in the Caribbean? Yes, we are having a very unusual last 6 months, Mr. Tom. This was the coldest winter in 60 years, and my gas bill was like triple. Part of that was I was having a problem with this thermostat, and it was running all. It was no. Let's be honest. They installed it poorly. It's the company that installs the heaters through Home Depot. It's called Green Star. And oh my gosh, I had them out so many times. And finally, one guy actually decides to be observant and notices that some thing in the back was not plugged in properly. I mean, granted, the attic is very, very cramped. You've got to be a little guy to get back in there and see that. And many of these guys that came were not so little. And so one guy noticed it. He wasn't little. He said, I can't get back there, but I'll have this other guy come who's little and get back there. And he did, and he put this thing together, and then after that it worked. And it was just like it was running all the time. And I think that's why my gas bill was so high. Okay. Hi, Vera. Southwest Tennessee. Okay. Vera, thank you for tuning in. And what I appreciate you joining the live stream. And I spent a lot of wonderful time in Smoky Mountains. Hey, come on, come on. And I my formative years, shall we say? Hi. Oh, Nasrin's gonna say hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm just going to the beach for a walk. It's such a gorgeous day.
She just got a haircut yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Have
Thank
fun.
you. Have fun, you guys.
Okay. Anyway, it'd be nice to be young again. Let's see. So tell me, and I'm not sure what a carnivorous plant hobbyist. Oh, so you mean you like to grow carnivorous plants? Oh, the kind that snap and eat bugs and things. Oh, how interesting. At any rate, I'm glad you enjoy watching my channel. Who's in Muscle Shoals? I saw a great movie about Muscle Shoals, about the music that came out of Muscle Shoals. It's incredible. I mean, the Beatles, everybody said so. They said that's where they wanted to, that's where they wanted to be recording. Let's see. Okay, Jack, you have a great birthday. And everybody say bye to Jack. I need to get off too. My battery's running down. And aha. Okay, Lori, have a wonderful day. I'm signing off too. I will look that up, Vera. I don't think I'll be doing it, but well, Debbie, I hope you connect with Jack Davis and, of course, William. I don't know if you're still on, but Debbie is from Phoenix and she's in between gardens, moving soon. These are just geraniums, Ruth. They're fantastic. They're so indestructible. Um, okay, everybody. Brittany is signing off, and so is Paula, and so is Kevin. Oh, I love you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody. You have a great week. And I'm sorry I didn't actually plan a specific live stream. I haven't even looked at the calendar. I know I've got some things coming up. I'm going on a camping trip. I'm going on a camping trip June 15th through the 22nd. And I have a new camera, and I'm thinking I'm going to try to do some. I don't know if I'll be able to do live stream up there because of connectivity, but I'm definitely going to be shooting a video up there and bring that to you because Big Sur is so beautiful. And if you've never been there, I would love to share that with you. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing a complete garden tour because I have a new camera and I have a remote for the first time and I have a flip screen for the first time. And I just need a little practice with it. And I'm going to do a complete garden uh, tour update. And so that's coming up. And then it seems like there was something else coming up. Well, anyway, I would really appreciate it if you haven't seen the last 5 videos to go back and watch those because views have been kind of down. And if everybody could share this channel with just one person this week, I could make that dip in the analytics start going back up. You know, there are always dips in your subscribers from, but you want the trajectory to keep going up. And it took a big dip yesterday. I don't know why, but I'd love it if you just share this channel with like one person and get them excited about it. And I'd really appreciate that. I'd like to go inside and look at that and see it going like that. So thanks so much, Beth and Daryl and Mr. Tom. And Mr. Tom, by the way, you actually cannot do that, Mr. Tom. I just want to point that out. Hey, Christina. Christina just joined us, but now I'm signing off. But Mr. Tom, I just wanted to clarify that YouTube analytics is so sophisticated. They know if your computer is on and you're not watching. They know. And that would give a strike against my channel if you did that. And the last thing I want is a strike against my channel. So it's got to be real views. You got to really be watching a video. And I mean, obviously they can't prove whether your eyes are going like this, but they know from your interactions whether you're just letting someone's channel play through the night. And so please don't do that. I actually asked people to do that once and I was corrected, soundly corrected. So thank you so much anyway, Mr. Tom. And just make sure when you watch my channel that they're real views. Let the ads play and watch a few videos at a time. YouTube loves those analytics. So I appreciate all the support and have a wonderful week, everyone. And I'll be keeping you posted on what's going on. Okay, thanks for tuning in.